I do still try and keep a close eye on the comments and your questions when I can. And GMOG12 has asked for, if that's a pronunciation, has asked for an update on the cleaning website, and rightly so. So for those who aren't aware, I was basically trying to pivot into more of a sort of bricks and mortar local business and trying to do it with the absolute minimum requirement possible. So a homepage of surfer optimized ChatGPT content and then some basic foundation links. And the result has been really profound already in just a matter of weeks. So very basic homepage, AI image. We finally tidied up and actually made the homepage look slightly decent. But until a week ago, all of this was placeholder text, everything just default templates, nothing actually customized. And then had a long form homepage optimized for cleaners Enfield, the keyword, to the extent that I didn't even remove the bit that says at company name, we pride ourselves on delivering exceptional service. And this has been the subject of a lot of my recent talks at conferences, just how easy it is to rank a local service business. So what actually went into this process? Well, first of all, you need to optimize your pages in the right way. So I continue to recommend correlational tools, my favorite Surfer, but there's others out there. Then we did basic citations, which are basically listings in local business directories. And then we did a press release. So a simple 1,000 words of topically relevant content announcing the launch that was then distributed to 250 websites with links within the article, contextually relevant. And that's exactly what you can get with our affordable SEO packages. We've been exclusively serving clients with a minimum budget of $2,000 per month for about 2 years now. But of course, times are hard, and I've proven that even with a small budget, certain businesses, particularly local services, can absolutely dominate without having to spend that much money. So we call these affordable SEO packages. That sounds a bit cheap. That's only because we're trying to target the keyword affordable SEO packages. I much prefer to think of these as foundations packages. And this is enough for a huge number of bricks and mortar businesses. So even at the starter end, you get the press release, you get the citations, and you get 5 surfer templates. That's what we're calling the SEO improvement files. This is where we take the keywords you should be focusing. So we go out and find the keywords you should be targeting, generate surfer templates from them, where the tool will look at your top 10 competitors for that keyword and give you a recipe to rank. And then it's a simple template you can fill in. And then if you do want to take it further, we obviously have higher packages, which includes, for instance, a singular do follow high quality backlink, or even video audits and calls with my team. So we price these an absolute no-brainer to give you the benefit of this case study, in this case a local service business, optimized content on the page, basic foundational backlinks of citations and press release, and that is all it has taken to rank extremely well within 2 months of launching that website. So in my case, this was an attempt to pivot and take all that I know about SEO and just see how quickly and easily I could potentially grab a local market and then work out how to actually build a service offering around that and deal with those logistics. And it turns out very easily. This started ranking bottom of page 1 after a matter of weeks. Now, if I search cleaners Enfield in incognito, of course we have the map pack at the top. I have tried to get us on the map pack, but so far it's getting tough with the verification, so we probably will need to do a video verification. So I need to see if we can actually get away with that on the basis of a few cleaning products and maybe printing some signage to try and look legitimate. In my Disciples Mastermind, we had a 2-hour recorded call with some of the best colleagues in local SEO who are absolute experts at that ranking process for the map pack, discussing all kinds of different strategies for getting that profile verified and then actually ranking in the map pack through reviews, CTR, and other tactics like that. So that's all recorded and available. So I'll leave a link below. You can still get into the Disciples Mastermind. There are still a few early bird places available. Plus, when you join, you actually get access to our private PBN, where I'm personally rebuilding some very powerful expired domains, mostly DR30, 40-ish, exclusively for the use of backlinks for Disciples members. So these are the links that no one else can get. Don't think of them as PBNs. They are high quality, rebuilt expired domains. And we've got 2 of them live already that members are getting guest posts placed on. So aside from all the training and the Slack channel where you have access to world experts on SEO, including myself, you can also get access to thousands of dollars worth of backlinks for just a small monthly membership fee. But now back to my incognito tab. Immediately underneath the map pack, we have my cleaning website. So it's now the #1 organic result on Google. So although the local pack remains a challenge, once we get that verified, it's not going to be competitive to rank #1 here. And we have #1 of the organic results. And of course, if we do have a good process, a good funnel, then there's no reason we can't claim the top ad spots as well. So potentially 3 places at the top of page 1 at very low cost. But for now, number 1, organic, really without putting in that much work or any money at all. Now, I've finally got Search Console set up on the site so you can see the genuine clicks. Now, this one goes back to the beginning of last month. So although it said 3 months, this is actually only 1 month's worth of data. But we can see 39 clicks, 1,720 impressions, average CTR already quite high, 2.3%. I bet if we take that to the last 7 days, that'll be even higher, 3.1%, once that keyword has actually risen, because we're in a much higher standing than we were 4 weeks ago. Now, I always say the real value of Google Search Console is when you scroll down here, because especially for local search, keyword tools like Ahrefs and all of those tend to be very unreliable at low keyword volumes. Whereas if you throw up a site and you go into your Search Console, you then discover all these other niche opportunities like office cleaning Enfield. That could be extremely valuable for us. Oven cleaning Enfield, not so much, but it is a niche. As expected, end of tendency is one of the biggest, and carpet cleaning is a good one as well. But for me, my biggest excitement right now is office cleaning and commercial cleaning. So if we did want to niche down within the cleaning niche, then there are some higher ticket services within there we can try and specialize in. Now, so far, all the keywords we're ranking for semantically include the location of Enfield, whereas the ultimate goal will be to try and target whenever someone searches cleaners near me or just cleaners in the local area, that our site shows up for those as well. So that's going to be a longer term play because it's obviously a bigger, more valuable keyword. There is this concept of what they call the avalanche strategy, where you want to rank for smaller keywords first and earn your way to actually rank for those bigger keywords. But you've got to start off with the foundations, try and dominate those small niches. Now, you're probably wondering, what next? What am I actually going to do next to actually get some cash out of these clicks that are starting to come through? I've been quite bold saying I intend to actually hire cleaners to fulfill these leads. To me, the idea was just having an asset in the background, which meant that if in a year or two's time, I suddenly find that digital marketing starts getting much tougher because of AI or whatever else, which I highly doubt, but I think it's really good just to have some sort of side hustle go on in the background. So if I did just want to switch on a local business, I could. So what I'm doing is I'm building a platform, getting the leads in so that if and when I'm ready, I can take that step. But for the time being, I'm still perfectly full with clients. And as you can see, SEO is still working incredibly well despite all the negativity in the market. There are huge opportunities for anyone who's taking action right now. So right now, I would say it's not a priority for me to start going out and hiring cleaners at this stage. However, that's not to say I'm just going to leave this website and let it go to waste. I would look at building back-end processes, hiring cleaners, all of those, until I'm really up to volume. And I feel like I've got the volume of leads to actually justify that. But for the time being, there's no reason I can't try to sell these leads. So what I would probably do next is set up with a service like CallRail. There's various other options out there. The point is you want to forward a phone number onto a potential lead buyer and have some means of actually tracking and recording those calls just for attribution's sake. Now, classically, the way to do this is obviously if you're going cold to various local businesses, they're very unlikely to actually trust you. So one popular recommendation has always been this idea of what they call the golden telephone, which is this kind of philosophical idea that you would go into the local business, into the shop, and give them this telephone, and you tell them that every time this rings, that is your client, that is your lead. And then the idea is a month later, you go back and you say, right, I'm here to pick up my telephone now. And at that point, they say, no, don't take it away. What would it cost for you to actually keep the phone here? So honestly, that's what I'm very tempted to do here. If we can scrape a list of as many local service providers as possible and then reach out to them, offering them a month of free leads, I'd probably even go more open-ended than that on the basis that we're only in about month 2 of this website, which means the real traffic is still to come. So we're still a bit premature. But the whole point and the whole key to success with this kind of marketing is just to make sure that lead buyer is getting value. So we really want to set them up for success, make sure they actually get good calls in this time. You could potentially run paid ads if you really wanted to, and then you're in that negotiation position. So in this case, I'm not desperate. This site isn't costing me anything to run. So I'd be tempted to pitch them 3 months of free leads before we actually open that negotiation. Now, traditionally, the way to send that email is to basically say, I'm serving these leads myself, but I've got too many at the moment. I'm at capacity. So would you be interested in having some for free? there's all kinds of ways you can retweak that message. So you're not just obviously pitching and saying, I'm trying to sell you leads. And of course, we always need to emphasize about quality of leads, because everyone knows, at least we hope everyone knows, a lead does not equal a lead. You actually want good qualified leads. Otherwise, no one's going to buy them. Thankfully, leads from SEO do tend to be very good because they're inbound leads. People are already searching for that solution. Whereas there's plenty of businesses out there that rely on generating massive leads through Facebook ads, and then the business is surprised when those leads don't actually convert. Now, one thing you might want to consider is there is obviously a price to setting up whatever tracking solution you're using, which is not tiny, $45 a month in CoolRail's case. And I suspect that's going to be about the same, whatever solution you use. So sometimes I would say just set up an Elementor form on the website. And then what you do is you select the form and you go down to Actions are to submit, and you select email. And then in the email field, you can actually list all the different email addresses separated by commas that you want that lead to be sent through to. So in this case, you would obviously add whoever you're sending the lead to, but you can also add your own inbox. And that means very cheaply, you can both send the lead through to a buyer, as well as monitoring how many leads you're actually sending. And of course, Elementor will also collect these submissions. So worst case, you can also export a spreadsheet from Elementor of all the leads in a given month. The only problem with this, of course, is forms tend to be quite low effort on both sides. You might not get such qualified leads, and you might find that whoever's buying the leads never actually reaches out or calls them, whereas a simple phone call can be much more effective. So what I would probably suggest is actually when you're pitching these free leads, maybe simply say there's a setup cost to providing the software. So maybe you can have unlimited leads for $50 per month. It might be a bit of a tougher sell, but at least you can qualify if those lead buyers are actually serious or not. I'm not saying that's going to work for every niche, but it does mean you can have a solid tracking solution, as well as making sure those leads are actually being talked to, responded to, and booked without you having to necessarily sink $45 per month. So a lot of theory at this stage, but I'm going to give it a go, try out some different strategies, and then I'll report back in a few weeks.